Stop for a moment. Right now. Think about your dog, the way he looks at you when you get home, the way he comes toward you, the trust in his eyes. Now ask yourself an honest question: what if part of what you do every single day, out of love, is quietly creating a distance between the two of you? It's not a lack of love. It never was. It's that nobody taught us what dogs actually feel when we do certain things, things that seem completely normal, affectionate, even necessary. A study from the University of Bristol found that most of the behaviors causing emotional stress in dogs come from people who genuinely love them. Not from abuse. From misdirected love. Today you're going to discover 5 signs of behaviors that may be pushing your dog away, without you even realizing it. And look, sign number 4 is the one I find most shocking of all. I truly believe you're going to be left speechless, just like I was when I first found out. Stay until the end. Because the last one completely changes the way you'll look at your dog from this moment on. I need to say something before we go any further. If you made it here, it's because you genuinely care. And that alone puts you in a very small group, owners who don't just love their dogs, but who actually want to understand them. Most people will never question whether they're doing something wrong. They'll keep assuming that love is enough. But I learned, and it wasn't easy to accept, that love without understanding can create confusion in the mind of an animal that doesn't think like us. That doesn't speak like us. That processes the world in a completely different way. So it's not your fault you didn't know this before. But from this moment on, you do. Sign 1, the hug that suffocates, literally. Researchers at the University of British Columbia analyzed 250 photos of people hugging their dogs. The result was alarming. In 81.6% of the images, the dogs showed at least one clear sign of stress: ears pulled back, head turned away, whale-like, stiff body. Dogs don't have arms. They don't hug. In their language, being held, having their body restrained, activates a primitive defense mechanism. It's not that he doesn't love you. It's that a hug, to him, sounds like a threat. And the irony? Most owners hug more precisely when they notice their dog is anxious or agitated, at the exact moment he needs space the most. Have you ever noticed how your dog reacts when you hug him? Does he lean in, or does he turn his face away? Sign 2, the voice that confuses, when affection becomes noise. How do you talk to your dog? That high-pitched, excited voice, the one where every syllable goes up in tone. You know exactly which one I mean. Almost everyone does it. And look, showing affection isn't the problem. The issue is when the emotional intensity of your voice doesn't match what's happening around you. Dogs read context. They read your body, your tone, your emotional state. When you use a super excited voice in moments of calm, you're essentially telling him, get worked up right now. A study published in Animal Cognition showed that dogs distinguish emotional tone with remarkable precision, and that voices inconsistent with the environment create background confusion and anxiety. It's like someone screaming "everything's fine" at you in a panicked tone. Your body would know that everything is not fine. Your dog feels exactly the same thing. Sign 3, the delayed punishment, correcting what he no longer understands. It happens in almost every household. The owner comes home, sees something destroyed, a shoe, a pillow, a corner of the couch, and scolds the dog. The dog lowers his ears, tucks his tail, looks guilty. And the owner reads it as, he knows what he did. But that's not what's happening. The expression we call guilty face is actually a learned response to the owner's tone of voice and body language. Researchers at Barnard College in New York tested this in controlled experiments, and found that dogs displayed the same expression regardless of whether they had committed the act or not. What mattered was the human's behavior. Dogs live in the present. If more than 2 seconds have passed since the behavior, the cause and effect connection is already gone for them. What the owner calls punishment, the dog experiences as unexpected aggression. And that erodes trust, slowly, silently. Sign 4, the forced gaze, when connection becomes pressure. This one left me floored when I learned it. For us humans, looking someone in the eyes is a sign of attention, affection, presence. We're taught this from childhood, look at me when I'm talking to you. But among dogs, direct and sustained eye contact is a signal of dominance and challenge. When you hold your dog's face and force eye contact, no matter how much love is behind it, you're communicating, in his language, something completely different from what you intend. I truly believe you'll be left speechless, just like I was. Because the most common scene of deep connection that owners describe, holding the muzzle, staring deep into their eyes, may actually be felt by the dog as a moment of tension and submission. Now, there is a way to create real visual connection with your dog. A soft, blinking gaze, offered, not imposed. And when you do it the right way, he responds in a way that changes everything. Sign 5, the unpredictable routine, when love feels inconsistent. Have you ever stopped to think about what your dog's routine looks like from his perspective? Some days you come home early and take him for a walk. Other days you're late and forget. Sometimes you're in a great mood and you play for hours, other times you're drained and he can't even get close without you asking him to stop. To you, that's just life happening. Completely normal. To him, the world is unpredictable every single day. Dogs are creatures of routine. Their brains use environmental predictability as an emotional regulator. A study from the University of Helsinki found that dogs with inconsistent routines showed significantly higher levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, than dogs with stable ones. This doesn't mean you need to be perfect. It means that small anchors of consistency, the same walk time, the same bedtime ritual, give your dog a deep and lasting sense of safety. And safety is the foundation of every real bond. If you made it all the way here, I want to tell you something I truly believe. You love your dog in a way most people will never understand. And that's exactly why you're here, not to be judged, but to learn. To look at your dog with different eyes. To discover that the bond you want to build with him doesn't require perfection. It requires awareness. Every small change you make, one less forced hug, a calmer voice, a more predictable routine, is your dog feeling you differently. With more clarity. With more trust. That's what real canine psychology looks like. It's not behavior training. It's bond reconstruction. If this content made you stop and think, tell me in the comments, which of the 5 signs surprised you the most. I'm willing to bet sign 4 is going to show up a lot down there. And if you want to keep going on this journey of truly understanding your dog, this channel exists for exactly that. Every video here is one more piece of the puzzle. You don't need to be the perfect owner. You just need to be the present one. See you in the next one. Take good care of your best friend.